So BLK and this motherfucker's gonna be okay in this motherfucker. Like, comment, subscribe, share, dislike, do all that, do something but show some love, right? And so Michael Blackson just said something, right? I'm gonna let y'all watch it. So understanding this, right? This is how a lot of insecurities, this is what insecurity looks like when it hasn't been dealt with. You understand what I'm saying? So you get in a relationship and you like, oh yeah, you're gonna find something if you're looking for it, and we're hiding phones and all of this, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, y'all still in the kid stage, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that, but doing childish things, no. Why are y'all still in a stage where, oh yeah, I just look for his phone, I hide? Too caught up in the phone, you too caught up in what everybody else is doing, right? So if y'all wasn't in y'all phones as much and y'all was paying attention to each other more, your relationship would flourish. You see, the problem is that we looking for somebody to grow old with when we need somebody to keep us youthful, right? So I know I'm saying like, oh yeah, that's childish, but what I'm saying, I'm not saying each part of being it's just like this, right? Just because you're a child doesn't mean everything you're doing is correct. But it's better to have a childlike personality than to have childlike characteristics when it comes to making decisions, right? This is very important because you got to understand, right? They are not happy in their relationship. You understand what I'm saying? And let's just see what Steve Harvey said too.
In a relationship, because you're going to miss you. At one point in time, you're gonna go, wow, what happened to me? Sometimes you just need to be by yourself to collect your thoughts. It's an overwhelming thing, especially if the other person is making you feel responsible for their happiness. That's a toxic relationship. If you have to be responsible for somebody else's happiness.
And this is what we dealing with here, right? Toxic relationships. You understand what I'm saying? That was toxic, what they were doing, what they were talking about. You understand me? On top of that, right, it is very true that a lot of us, for the most of us, we get lost in our relationships and we don't know we don't know ourselves anymore, right? It's crazy because you got to understand this, right? When you start to lose yourself in these relationships, and you become the reason for their happiness, right? Meaning you have to do above and beyond, or they're gonna call you boring and try to manipulate you, right? So in all actuality, these people are really bored with themselves. They're looking for a source outside of themselves to make them pretty much hide their subconscious mind from them, right? So they don't want to have to think about what they already know that they need to do. So they use you as a distraction, right? You're their life, right? And this is why a lot of these times, right? You're my life, you're my everything. I can't live without you. Because they don't have their own they don't have their own identity, right? And this is what's happening. A lot of course, the two become one, but that other person, 9 times out of 10, if they're looking for you to complete their happiness, right? You complete me. Like, that's sick. That's psycho. You understand what I'm saying? If you're having to complete this person, right? They themselves are admitting they're lost and they don't have anywhere to go.